It's a great day. My name is Che Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country where we are on a mission. And our mission is to empower, our mission is to inspire, and our mission is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And on this episode, we have the one and only Kimberly Powell, who's in the building. She'll be talking about blended bliss, but also what you can do on the other side. I can't wait to get into that conversation. Kimberly, how are you?
I am great. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you so much for being here, man. I really appreciate it. You know, we're going to have a conversation around blended bliss and we care, by the way. I think it's going to be just a fantastic one. But when folks are hearing blended bliss, they might be wondering, what are we talking about? So can you take a moment? What is blended bliss and its concept? And why is it so important to even be having those conversations these days?
So, blended bliss. I was doing some research, and I always do a little research. And upon researching, I did find out that more than 70% of homes are blended family homes now. That's the majority of homes, right? Blended families, two families from different backgrounds merging as one. I am a part of that myself. And I think that it's super important for us to help each other since there's so many families trying to merge. We can learn from each other, share different experiences so that we can educate each other and kind of support each other along the way. We're merging families, kids, emotions, all of that.
Merging them together in a time when we need it more than ever. Take a moment, if you could, and kind of share the other side of it. So there's blended families. We got that. First, why is there a challenge when blended families come together? Ladies and gentlemen, don't throw any rocks at the screen, okay? I'm only asking the question because she's been a part of this. She sees it from a different perspective. And I'm going to ask a blended family coming together with kids that are high school or below. Because, I mean, we could do a whole conversation at every age probably. But why? What are some of the challenges you have when you're bringing two families together, two different backgrounds, and kids at the same time? What's some of the challenges they face?
So communication is a huge one. Being able to communicate, especially kids, how they feel. And sometimes even us as parents, making sure that we take their feelings into consideration when we're merging the families. Making sure that we seek assistance because sometimes we can't do it on our own. So we do have to seek assistance to help navigate those emotions from adults, from the kids, and then also that external parent, right? Because sometimes it's not all bells and roses from the other party when you're bringing an additional adult in the situation. So just navigating all of that, plus the parent finding new love, right? So they're having to navigate all of those things while navigating the obstacles that are trying to come in between.
I love it. Now, don't worry. If you're a single parent out there, we're going to have a conversation in just a moment. Okay, so she shared some of the challenges, and we're going to find about her background. I know some of you are like, Shay, she coming out with fire. Who is this person? Yeah, I didn't read her bio, by the way. I didn't get a chance to Google her yet. What does she do? Who is she? We're going to get to that in a moment, but I'm going to ask her first for the blended families that are out there. I'm going to ask her if she'll share 1, 2, or 3. I asked for bonuses, ladies and gentlemen. She probably was only prepared for 1, but don't worry. She might have 2 ideas that she can share with you based on the experience and all the work that they do that can help you in a blended family situation. And then for all the single parents out there, yeah, I know what that's like, by the way. And you want to know, wait a minute, don't leave us out. You know, I have kids, I have children. I want to do some things for them. We're going to get into that because she has a whole organization. I don't want the cat out the bag, but she's part of an entire movement around this country that's there specifically to help single parents that are out there today that are raising their kids. You don't want to miss it. But anyway, first, for the folks that have found love again, and they're now married and they're happy, as you said, being in a blissful situation, what are 1, 2, or 3 ideas you would suggest so that they can keep that bliss going forever?
Open communication. Make sure that all parties involved are on the same page. I'm not saying that it has to be all bubbly and roses, especially with the outside parent, right? But the communication has to be open. And if you are not able to facilitate those hard, tough conversations, make sure you seek a counselor, a therapy. Family therapy is great. It's not bad. I know sometimes there's a stigma behind going to a therapist, but they can be your best friend, and especially for the children, allowing them to attend therapy without you, so that they are able to express their emotions. Also, support groups. Support groups are something, or someone that may be going through the experience or have went through the same experience. Someone that you can talk to and lean into and share advice. Those are the 3 things that I would suggest.
I love it, buddy. You're spot on. This is a conversation that's needed. Thanks for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We want to talk to all the single women out there and single men. I'm not being biased, that are parents. You have a dual responsibility. They probably want you to know, if they could, by the way, Kimberly, that a number of them work full-time jobs. A number of them are also full-time entrepreneurs. A number of these single parents are also involved in the community. They may be involved in a faith-based community as well. Some of them are caregivers. People look up to them. So they've got a lot going on, and they're responsible for raising the person or child that they birthed or had, or someone had for them. So very serious responsibility. Talk about what you're doing with 757. Did I get that right? The We
Yes.
Care movement is helping empower and mentor youths. 2-part question. Number 1, what's the problem that these youths have today, and why does the organization exist?
So the problem that we've come to tackle is just what you said. The majority is a lot of single parents in our community that needs help with navigating their child's emotions. We have a lot of kids that have suffered abuse, or just a change in environment, maybe parents divorcing, um, you just a lot of different things, and so they need support to teach kids leadership skills, because that's what we do. We teach kids leadership skills. We reinforce the self-love and confidence, because I myself feel that if you don't love yourself, you you can't go through life without loving yourself. You will become a follower. You will endure certain things because you don't have boundaries. So learning that self love and confidence early on helps them navigate everything that you do throughout life. So that's the reason 757 We Care is here, is to provide resources for the children, but not only for the children, for those parents, right? As you stated, single parents need support as well. They may need financial support. They may need support, a friend, someone to call on. They need career resources. They need maybe they want to go into entrepreneurship. They need all those resources to help them help their family.
Spot on. As you were speaking so passionately, I mean, the fire just started coming out of you. We've got to mentor the youth. We've got to put them in a better place than maybe we were when we were younger, or higher, obviously. Now folks are wondering, who is this person talking? What's her backstory, Shay? I hear her, but I don't know her. So can you take a moment, if you would, and it's a 2-part question. Number 1, what's the backstory? Okay, who are you? And number 2, what was that defining moment where you said, you know what? This is what I'm called to do. This is my purpose, and I'm going to walk in it.
So I am Kimberly Powell, a native of Georgia, relocated to Virginia a couple of years ago. I was in corporate America for over 8 years. Recently transitioned into full time entrepreneurship about a year and a half ago. So I am the owner of Dreaming Enterprise and co-founder of 757 We Care. I am an author. I am a mentor. I do assist with mentoring other adults that wants to jumpstart their entrepreneurship journey. But I also am a playwright. I love to write plays, which also leads to another part of 757 We Care, with the play participation in Disney performance. But that's me in a nutshell. I'm a mother. I am a partner. I am in a blended family myself, which is why I chose to share my experience with Blended Bliss in that book. That's Kimberly Powell.
In a blended family right now, doing something you really enjoy. What do you enjoy most about what you're doing these days?
I would say I've always had a passion for giving. Growing up, I remember I would give my last to someone they didn't know it, but that was me as a child. So always been a passionate for giving. I've always been passionate about sharing knowledge, which I do every day now. Anything I share knowledge. I want to help people grow and and reach their goals, and that goes from kids to adults. It's just self satisfying to see people win because I want to see everybody win. I think it's enough out here for everybody to get it.
I love it to win. All I do is win, win, win. I'm joking. I don't sing, ladies and gentlemen, but that's what I thought about when she said those words. We have a segment here, and I think it's very perfect, called Today is My January 1st. So folks are listening to you saying, wow, Shay, she got it all together. She don't have no problems. Look at this. Her life has just been easy sailing. We have a segment called Today is My January 1st. And today is my January 1st. For those folks who tune in every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you wait for this moment. You can say those magical words today. Today is my January 1st. And for all the new folks that want to know what we're talking about, today is my January 1st is our personal mantra at the Happy Entrepreneur Show. It represents a fresh start. It represents a do-over. It means our past is no longer the future. No matter how dark and gloomy that past is, or how bright and sunny the past is, it does not equal the future. So my question to Kimberly on the other side is, number one, when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what do you hear? And number two, what was another setback or challenge you had in your life, and how were you able to bounce back from it?
When I hear today is my January the 1st, I think about moving forward. Whatever happened yesterday happened yesterday. You can't change the past. You learn from it so that you don't make the mistake again and you move forward. A challenge or setback that I've had in my life, I feel that I can definitely say it would be the transition into full time entrepreneurship. I should have took the leap prior to when I did, and so because I was hesitant, and I was a loyal loyal employee to corporate America, too loyal. I think I kind of delayed what I could have become sooner. So I'm embracing the journey now. I've expanded so much, but I could have done it years before if I would have been brave enough to take the jump.
Ah, good. You know, one of the questions I love to ask, and welcome to the world of entrepreneurship, by the way. You're at the right time, at the right place, serving the right people, making a difference for those folks who, in some cases, can't stand up for themselves. And you're there for the youth, so the youth can take care of us when our day comes. It ain't there yet. I remind my sons, I ain't there yet now. Don't be talking about you going to be taking care of me. No, that time ain't come, okay? It's my time. When your time is here, it'll be here. I don't know if I'm going to have my time, but in all seriousness, one of my favorite questions to ask when we get time is, what's one of the best pieces of advice you've ever been given? And I know you've been given a lot of advice over the years, and I always frame it for the audience, let them know I'm not asking you to come down the mountain with the 10 commandments here, okay? But if you had to look back, all the books you read, I don't know how many hours of video you've watched these days, the mentor conversation you had. If you had to step back and say, here's one of the best pieces of advice I've ever been given and why, what would it be?
Don't overthink it. Just do it. Sometimes we overthink things and we talk ourselves out of things that we should be doing. And because that, you can miss your moment. So that I think that's one of the most powerful things that has been said to me is don't overthink it, just do it.
And so as a result of taking massive action, now how do you take action in the face of fear? Sometimes folks might be saying, "Whoa, it's easy said, Shay, but it ain't easy done." How does she move forward when there's uncertainty and she's fearful? Because you can be fearful and still take action. Isn't that kind of crazy? Like you can be fearful and still do it anyway. So how do you move forward when you're still uneasy and a little fearful?
I do it all the time, actually. I was just talking to a friend the other day. I said no one would know, but sometimes I'm shaking in my boots as I launch a new program, within the mentorship, within the nonprofit, or as I make a huge business decision within my own company. Um, I'm scared, but I move. I don't let fear hold me back from making the move because one another thing that my dad always said, scared money don't make no money. So so I can be scared emotionally, but I know what my goals are. And so I just continue to move on. I think about all the positive things about what could happen if I made that decision. That's what I focus on, positivity.
I love it, by the way. I love it. Um, Tell us one of the reasons why you believe in collaborations. I know that you have the nonprofit, you're working with different organizations to bring that together. You were also part and leading a book, Blended Blissful. Is that what it's called?
Yes, blended bliss.
Blended Bliss. What's your view in the world in terms of collaborating with other folks? There's some folks out there, they have ideas and they like to hold it all to themselves. Nobody can know what's going on. But you operate from a spirit of abundance. So what's the secret or what's one of your rules for being able to collaborate and work with others? Well, sometimes people say partnerships and working with others just don't work anymore.
I Yeah, I definitely love to collaborate and partner because different brain, two brains are greater than one. That's another another statement that's always rings true. Your partner may be able to navigate certain things that you're not able to navigate. So by merging two organizations or working together on a particular event or program, it just allows you to be able to reach also a greater audience because you don't know everyone they know. The networking is key. um, so I love to collaborate. I think collaboration will bring you closer to your goal depending on the size of your goal.
Said so well. One of my 12 rules for life is collaboration crushes competition. And you and I
Hmm.
are here today as a result of collaborating, right? Someone put us together, and here we are
That's
today
right.
having this conversation. You can help so many folks with the We Care. Now, how did you come up with the name We Care? I'm skipping back to this nonprofit she has, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going back a little bit to something that she's doing to help the youth and bring harmony, sanity, and help folks have a higher quality of life because she's doing something for the youth that frees up the parent, by the way. Isn't that just so incredible? So the parent now can have a much more fulfilling life because their kids are better off. So my question to you is, how'd you come up with the name We Care for the nonprofit? I know
So
it's 757. I'm saying, why 757? Yeah.
So actually, I didn't come up with the name
Okay.
757 We Care. My partner and founder, because we both run the organization, came up with the name 757 We Care. He is actually a native. of Norfolk, which 757 is the area code for the Hampton Roads area. And then We Care was added to it because we definitely care about our community, and want to make sure that everyone is surviving, not surviving, but thriving in the community. So that's where the name came from. But it came from the founder, and my partner, John Smith.
How cool is that? I'm looking forward to it. I will be flying to Norfolk coming up this weekend. I guess that's a 757. You said Norfolk. Then I'm driving over to
Yes.
Portsmouth or somewhere. I can't remember where it is, someplace. But anyway, it's not about me. This is all about you. Take a moment, if you would, as we come down the home stretch and let the folks know, what do you do for fun? When you're not out saving the world and making sure everybody else is taken care of, what do you do just for fun these days?
Travel.
Oh, where? What do you like to travel to? You got to give us a place you like to travel to. You can't leave us hanging.
Yes, I love to travel. I want to see the world, create memories. And so traveling everywhere. International is what I probably travel the most, but stateside, anywhere where there's beautiful, clear water, and just that whole I love water. Okay. I love the beach. And I love cocktails, to relax in my spare time. And I also love to read. So traveling would be the thing that I do to rest.
Yeah. Is there any one place internationally that you've been that you really enjoy that pops top of mind to you now?
Jamaica.
Why'd I even ask? Why'd I even ask? You didn't even blink. Ladies and gentlemen, she ain't blink one time. Jamaica. What?
No.
What?
Jamaica.
What part? What part of Jamaica?
I've been to the grill like 3 times. I have a trip planned to go to Montego Bay next year. So
I've been to both beautiful spots. Beautiful spots. She said 3 times, ladies and gentlemen. She said, I didn't just go 1 time. I went a 2nd time and a 3rd time because I enjoy it. Well, let me say this as we come down the home stretch, a 2-part question. Number 1, what type of clients is your company looking to work with these days, if any? I don't know if you're taking on any clients. And number 2, how can folks best connect with you? Where should they go so they can stay in this conversation with you over and beyond the time that you and I have right now?
So I am accepting clients with DreamWorks Consulting, which is my consulting firm. If you need assistance with starting your business or strategizing, any of those things business related, you can definitely reach out to me. You can follow me on social media, author Kim Powell on Instagram, Kim Powell on Facebook, and then www.kim-powell.com or 757wecare.org.
Well, let me say 2 things. Number 1, thank you so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. I appreciate it. Can't wait to have you back. Keep doing the good stuff you're doing now.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a great conversation.
And thank you. Thank you to viewers. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. Without you, well, we don't have a show, by the way. So we appreciate you showing up. Yeah, it's kind of cool when you show up and you can hit the like button or make a comment. That's cool if you can do that, depending on what platform you're watching. But we like it even better when you hit the share button. You hit that share button. Play it forward to someone else so their family can be blessed, so they can be put in a much better position. Thank you so much. I never get tired of reminding you every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that you're really amazing. Yes, I know it sounds so cliche, but you're incredible. You're really awesome. No matter what's going on in your life, one thing I believe is that today is your January 1st. And because of just that one reason alone, your best is still yet to come. Your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown. It ain't changed. The Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. We out. Peace, Kimberly. We'll see you guys later. We out of here.